So talking's hard. Who knew? Okay, I don't literally mean the physical act of talking. That's only hard if you're someone like me and can't organize the words coming out of your mouth. What I do mean is continuously talking, especially while streaming. As per usual, it's another thing I just plain didn't consider, that while you're streaming, you're probably going to have to be speaking for the majority of it. But I mean, honestly, before I started doing that, I cannot remember any time in my life that I spoke for 2 to 3 hours continuously, and by the end of it still had interesting things to say. Seriously, you don't even hit the halfway mark and you're already running out of things that happened that week. And that's coming from someone like me that I don't like to brag, but I am a bullshit magnet in my day-to-day life. The best and most recent example I can give you is I got a call from my insurance company that they just added a random person to my plan. They didn't call me, they didn't ask me, they just added him and charged me for it. I don't know the dude. At first I panicked thinking it was an identity theft situation, so I got all on the phone with them just making sure everything was okay, but no, they openly admitted, they're like, oh no, he had the same name as someone in your family, so we just added him, our bad. Are you joking? And even if you're not a magnet for all the weird and unnecessary shenanigans of the week, speaking for 3 hours straight the first time you try to do it is just exhausting. I mean, I am by no means an expert. I haven't been doing it long enough to really have a sense, but what I can say is the times I have been able to keep myself talking for 2 to 3 hours consistently, you end that stream just fried. I mean, fried like a hard-boiled egg. A hard-boiled egg isn't fried shit. Hold on. And keep in mind, I'm talking about a 2 to 3 hour stream here. I am not even sure how it's possible to do that for, let's say, 6 to 8 hours that some of these bigger and more established streamers do. That's impressive from where I'm sitting. Honestly, what sparked me really thinking about this and trying to pay more attention was actually a conversation I had with a friend of mine. Essentially, the conversation boiled down to how easy of a job streaming is. You sit there, play video games, talk to chat once in a while, win. And honestly, 3 months ago, I probably would have agreed with him, but that would be coming from a position of me having zero experience even trying to stream. Nowadays, my opinion has changed quite a bit. For now, I'm gonna ignore the view count and overall analytics of a new Twitch streamer. I got a video coming on that later and it's a whole separate topic. But truthfully, from where I am, I think one of the hardest challenges that is completely overlooked by a lot of people is simply how much talking and interacting you have to do, even if you're alone. I mean, if we're gonna go with brutal honesty, it's not exactly fun to watch someone sit there in silence and play a video game. If you're Shroud...
Shroud is Shroud.
What?
Whoa!
What? What the hell was that?
What? Oh my God! Tim?
different story, but if you're like me and you suck... Hey. Okay. Oh god, oh god, oh god, I missed every fucking shot. I missed every shot. I missed every shot. It's not that interesting. And that's where this idea that you have to keep talking for the entirety of your stream is coming from. At least from where I'm sitting, I think that's what I would have to do. Luckily, I can talk to myself just fine. I mean, look at what I'm doing right now. I'm staring at a monitor with audio logs on it, speaking to myself into a microphone. I need to get some friends. And obviously, I don't mean every single minute of those 3-hour streams needs to be speaking, but long 10 to 15 minute periods of complete silence is probably not gonna help you in the long run, especially if you're lucky enough to have a new viewer come into your stream and you stay silent for 5-7 minutes. Doesn't exactly incentivize them sticking around to hang out. And I say this too because I am entirely guilty of it. There's been multiple times where I've been silent for 20, even 30 minutes, not saying a word because I had no one to interact with. But by doing that, I don't know if someone had come in, seen that I just wasn't speaking, and assumed I was AFK. So for me, I'm gonna have to try to utilize this skill of just being able to talk to myself about whatever and hope I can keep it up for multiple hours at a time. We're gonna try it out and just see what happens. Worst case scenario, it's good practice for, I don't know, when I inevitably end up in Ohio talking to the corn.